It's the end of an era for Performance Max, or perhaps the start of a new era, because we are now getting a search term report in Performance Max campaigns. I'm Jill Saskin-Gales, a Google Ads coach, ex-Googler, and the founder of the Inside Google Ads course, podcast, and book. And in case you hadn't heard yet, I'm thrilled to share that search term reporting is coming to PMax. So first of all, what does this change even mean? Until now, what you could see in your Performance Max campaign by going over to Insights is your search term categories or your search term insights. Google would group a whole bunch of different queries together into these search categories, and then you could see how much search volume each category has and your clicks or conversion volume per category. It was really helpful to see, for example, if you're investing a lot in brand versus non-brand, or if there's generally the kinds of queries you want versus generally the kinds of queries you don't want. But that was it. Now Google tells us you're going to get a full search terms report in Performance Max, just like you have in search campaigns and standard shopping campaigns. That means you'll see all the queries that triggered your ads, as well as all the performance metrics, segments, impressions, clicks, CTR, conversion value, everything you need to know to optimize and add negative keywords, which brings us to another recent change. Until now, if you wanted to add negative keywords in Performance Max, you could only add a few and you had to go through a Google rep to do it. Self-serve negative keywords are coming to Performance Max campaigns. Again, we are getting full feature parity with what you're used to in search and shopping. You can add up to 10,000 negative keywords per campaign. You shouldn't need anywhere that many, and you can use negative keyword match types when you add those negative keywords to PMax. Now, it's important to note that search term reports do have a section of hidden other search terms. We've seen in search campaigns that when used exact match, this tends to be a smaller portion of spend, and when used broad match, this tends to be a larger portion of spend. Since Performance Max relies on keyword list technology that's most similar to something like broad match, you can expect a lot of search terms to still fall under that other search terms bucket. But don't be discouraged. This is way more transparency than we're used to now. And with the addition of negative keyword capabilities, it's way more control than we're used to now. Now, before we had these two features, the advice I would give my coaching clients and my Inside Google Ads course members is to optimize your search terms by adjusting your ad creative, because your ad itself is what's going to determine who clicks on an ad and who doesn't click on an ad, which in turn determines who converts and who doesn't. And that then determined what kind of searches you would show on. So now we're getting this more direct transparency and direct control with search term reporting and negative keywords. But don't forget that your ad text itself is still so important. You want ad creative that appeals to your target audience and doesn't appeal to your not target audience. Search term reporting is just one aspect of transparency we're getting in Performance Max campaigns now. We are also getting PMax channel reporting. That's huge. I have a video about PMax channel reporting, and I'll put a link below this video to an article about PMax channel reporting and an article about search term reporting, so that as new things evolve, as we learn more, I'll be able to update those blog articles for you. We are also getting asset reporting. Now, when you go to your asset details in a Performance Max campaign, you'll be able to see how every headline, description, extension, image, video performs. If you don't see all the data initially, just adjust your columns to see impressions, clicks, conversions, etc. for every single asset. I love this era of more transparency in PMax, and hey, more control, generally a good thing too. You may have also heard about AI Max for search campaigns, not the same thing as Performance Max. I've got a great video about that on my channel and a great blog post too. The links for all of that are in the description of this video. If you want to ensure you stay up to date on all the latest Google Ads news, you can subscribe to my podcast, Inside Google Ads, with new episodes every Thursday.